You are destroying your own peace of mind right now because you think you are failing. But the truth is, you are actually closer to your biggest goals than ever before. You just don't recognize the signs because they don't look like a celebration. They look like a total mess. Most people quit right before their big break because the universe has a really weird way of preparing us for success. It doesn't give you a trophy when you are on the right track. Instead, it usually gives you confusion, broken relationships, and a strange feeling of being completely lost. In this video, we are going to look at 9 hidden signs that prove your breakthrough is just around the corner. If you can recognize these signals right now, you will stop worrying and finally start moving forward with absolute certainty. But watch out, because sign number 7 is something that almost everyone mistakes for a major failure. The illusion of standing still. We are taught from a very young age that progress is a straight line. You start at the bottom, you work hard, and you move up every single day. If you want a better job, you get promoted. If you want to lose weight, the scale drops every single morning. But real life doesn't work that way at all. Real progress looks like a giant bamboo tree. Did you know that when you plant a Chinese bamboo tree, you have to water it and care for it every single day for 5 whole years without seeing a single sprout? If you stop watering it for even 1 day, the plant dies under the dirt. For 5 years, it looks like absolutely nothing is happening. If your neighbors looked over your fence, they would think you are crazy for watering a patch of empty dirt. But then, in the 5th year, the bamboo tree breaks through the soil. It grows 80 feet tall in just 6 weeks. The tree wasn't doing nothing for those 5 years. It was spending all that time building a massive, deep root system underneath the ground to support the crazy growth that was coming later. Right now, you might feel like that empty patch of dirt. You are working hard. You are reading books. You are trying to build your business or fix your life. But the surface looks exactly the same. You aren't failing. You are just building your roots so you don't fall over when your success finally hits. Sign 1. Your current life feels like a tight shoe. The first major sign that you are about to hit your goals is a sudden, overwhelming feeling of discomfort with your current life. Things that used to make you perfectly happy suddenly make you want to scream. Your job feels incredibly boring, your tiny apartment feels suffocating, and the daily routine you used to love now feels like a prison sentence. This isn't because your life got worse, it's because your mind got bigger. Think about a hermit crab. As a hermit crab grows, its old shell becomes way too tight. It starts to pinch and hurt. The crab didn't do anything wrong, it just outgrew its home. To survive, it has to leave that safe, comfortable shell and go find a bigger one. When you start working toward a big goal, your mindset changes long before your physical reality does. You start seeing new possibilities, and suddenly, your old life just doesn't fit anymore. That intense irritation you feel every morning isn't depression or failure. It is your soul telling you that you are ready for the next level. The shoe isn't broken, your foot just got bigger. Sign 2. The sudden circle shrinkage. Have you noticed lately that your friend group is getting smaller and smaller? Maybe you don't feel like going to the local bar every weekend anymore. Maybe the conversations you used to have with your friends now feel incredibly shallow and boring. You find yourself sitting in a room full of people you've known for years, feeling completely alone. This is a massive sign of progress, even though it feels incredibly lonely. When you commit to a goal, your energy shifts. You stop wanting to gossip about celebrities or complain about the government, and you start wanting to talk about ideas, businesses, and future plans. The alignment shift. People who have no goals love to sit around and talk about other people. People who have big goals love to sit around and talk about growth. When your friends notice that you are changing, they will often try to pull you back down to their level. It's not because they hate you. It's because your growth highlights their lack of effort. If you don't let them pull you down, you will naturally drift apart. It hurts to lose friends, but you cannot fly to new heights if you are carrying baggage from your past. Sign 3. You are facing weird, random obstacles. You finally decide to start your business, and your laptop immediately breaks down. You decide to start going to the gym, and you immediately twist your ankle. You decide to save money, and your car suddenly needs a huge, expensive repair. It feels like the world is actively fighting against you. Most people take this as a sign from the universe that they should stop. They say things like, "Well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be." But that is exactly backward. These random obstacles are actually a sign that you are moving in the right direction. Think of it like a video game. When you play a game, you don't run into the toughest monsters and the biggest bosses at the very start of the first level. You run into them when you are approaching the end of the level, right before you move on to the next world. The challenges get harder because you are leveling up. These real-life problems are just a test to see if you actually want what you say you want. They are there to weed out the people who are just wishing for success instead of working for it. Sign 4. The silent gap. There is a terrifying period in every success story that nobody ever talks about. It's the space between your old life and your new life. You have already walked away from your old bad habits, your toxic friends, and your comfortable routines, but your new goals haven't actually shown up yet. You are stuck in the middle of nowhere. This is what psychologists call the liminal space. It feels like walking across a high tightrope in total darkness. You can't go back because the bridge behind you is burned, but you can't see the platform in front of you either. During this phase, you will feel completely invisible. You are putting out content, applying for jobs, or practicing your craft, and the response you get is just total silence. No applause, no hate, just nothing. This silence is dangerous because it makes you want to scream and give up. But this gap is where your discipline is tested. Anyone can work hard when people are cheering for them. True winners work just as hard when nobody is watching at all. Sign 5. A strange sense of total calm. You would think that getting close to a massive goal would make you feel super excited and pumped up all the time. But usually, the closer you get to winning, the quieter you become. You stop trying to prove yourself to people on social media. You stop arguing with strangers in the comment section. You stop trying to convince your family members that your business idea is going to work. You just show up, do the work, and go home. Signs of inner peace. You no longer need external praise to keep going. You don't freak out when things go wrong. You just fix them. You find joy in the boring, daily repetition of the work. This happens because deep down in your gut, you already know you are going to win. You don't need to shout about it anymore because the certainty is baked into your bones. It's the same feeling an athlete gets when they've practiced a play 10,000 times. When they step onto the field, they aren't nervous or loud. They are just deadly quiet and completely focused. Sign 6. You see your future self everywhere. Have you ever decided to buy a specific type of car, like a red Ferrari, and suddenly you start seeing red Ferrari on every single street corner? They didn't just magically appear out of thin air. They were always there, but your brain was just filtering them out because they weren't important to you. This is caused by a tiny bundle of nerves at the base of your brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. Your RAS acts like a security guard for your mind. It filters out millions of pieces of useless data every second so your brain doesn't explode from information overload. It only lets in things that it thinks you care about. When you focus on your goals every single day, You reprogram your security guard. Suddenly, you start noticing opportunities that you used to miss. You hear someone at a coffee shop talking about the exact problem your business solves. You meet a stranger who happens to have the exact connection you need. You see advertisements for tools that can speed up your work. The world isn't changing. Your brain is just finally awake to the success that was always sitting right in front of you. Sign 7. The final, total crash. This is the sign that ruins most people because it looks exactly like a total disaster. Right before you reach a major goal, everything in your life will often seem to fall apart at the exact same time. You lose your day job, your partner leaves you, and your bank account hits zero all in the same week. It feels like a cosmic joke. You did everything right. You worked hard. You stayed positive. And your reward is a complete nightmare. You feel like a total failure, and you want to crawl into bed and never get back up. But this crash is actually a necessary clearing of the field. A famous study on forest fires showed that when a forest burns down, it looks like a tragedy. Everything is black, dead, and ruined. But a few months later, the forest floor explodes with brand new, incredibly vibrant green plants. The fire was necessary to clear away the old, dead brush that was blocking the sunlight and choking out the new seeds underneath the soil. Your life is doing the exact same thing. The universe is forcibly removing everything that cannot coexist with your future self. If you kept that comfortable day job, you would never have put the necessary time into your own company. If you stayed with that partner, they would have held you back from moving to the city where your dreams are waiting. The crash isn't there to destroy you. It's there to clean the slate so you can build something permanent. Sign 8. The work itself becomes the reward. When you first started working toward your goals, you were probably motivated by external things. You wanted the flashy sports car, the giant house, the huge bank balance, or the respect of the people who used to doubt you. You stayed up late because you were chasing a paycheck. But lately, something has shifted inside your mind. You still want those nice things, sure, but they aren't the main reason you get out of bed anymore. You actually start to look forward to the work itself. The mindset shift. Old you. I have to build this product so I can finally buy a luxury watch and show off. New you. I can't wait to wake up and solve this coding problem because it's genuinely fun. You start to fall in love with the process, the daily grind, and the tiny details of your craft. This is a massive hidden sign because external rewards can always be taken away or delayed by market conditions, bad luck, or bad timing. But when you fall in love with the actual work, you become completely unstoppable. You can't be discouraged by a bad month or a lack of views, because you would be doing the work anyway, even if nobody paid you a single dollar for it. Sign 9. You feel a strange urge to give back. The final sign that your goals are within your grasp is a sudden shift from selfish thinking to selfless thinking. When you are struggling and desperate, you only think about yourself. You think about how you are going to pay your rent, how you are going to get ahead, and how you can get people to help you. But as you get closer to your breakthrough, your perspective naturally widens. You start looking at the people around you who are still stuck where you used to be. You feel a deep, genuine desire to mentor someone, to share your knowledge for free, or to build something that genuinely makes other people's lives easier. This happens because you are no longer operating from a place of scarcity and fear. Even if you don't have the massive bank account yet, your mind is already operating in a state of absolute abundance. You know that there is more than enough success to go around, and you aren't afraid of competition anymore. When you start focusing on how much value you can give to the world instead of how much value you can take from it, the floodgates of success naturally swing wide open. the choice facing you right now. So, take a look at your life right now. Are you experiencing the tight shoe feeling? Is your friend circle shrinking down to almost nothing? Are you facing weird, annoying problems every time you try to make progress? If you said yes to these questions, stop complaining about how hard your life is. You are standing right on the edge of the breakthrough you've been praying for. The only way you can possibly lose now is if you turn around and walk away because you mistook the birth pains of your new life for the death of your old one. Keep your head down. Keep watering your bamboo tree every single morning and trust the process. Your 90-foot growth spurt is coming, and it is going to happen way faster than you think.